you there, and thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the north, and ending with Team 2 in the south. Starting off, we have Team 1 Southwestern player all on his lonesome. Not super far forward, but I'd say a little bit at least. We have Strix Inquisitor. I think I said his name right. He is a Seraphim in Rust. He is a 1200 to his north in Snow White. We have the UEF of Amon-Ra. He is a 2000 rated player, again, in Snow White. In the best color of all Supreme Canada, in my opinion, it is first one to die in Forest Green as a Cybran, as an 1100. Hopefully he is not the first one to die and his name is just misleading. In orange, the color orange, to his next door neighbor to his east, it is Shalongdis. He is a UEF as a 1400. In Batman Gray to his east, it is Dr. Soviet. He is a Cybran. He is a 2100 rated, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. So note that the highest and the second highest rated in the game, Amon-Ra over there, is on Team, or are on Team 1. And rounding out Team 1's lineup, responsible for the colorization on the scoreboard, it is Onion King. Definitely an interesting name to say the least. Not Burger King. He is the Onion King, playing as a Cybran. He is a 1300. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 3 Cybrans, 2 UEF, and a Seraphim. No Aeon Tech for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's kind of isolated player and a little bit far forward, it is Cyrito. He is a Cybran. He is a 1300 in glow-in-the-dark green, matching the mexes quite nicely. To his south in Stitch Blue, it is leveling. He's not solo today. He's also playing as a Cybran. He is an 1800. He's tied with another player on Team 2 for highest on their team. And west of him, we have in Emerald Green, Biggie Big. He is very Biggie Big, I guess. He's pretty big. He is a 1200 as a Seraphim, again, in Emerald Green. To his west in Chevy Crimson, and his Pepe is the one and only Aeon of the game. He is a 1500. In Regal Purple, to his west, another Cybran. It is Monada. He is an 1800, tied with leveling for highest rated player on their team. And again, he is a Cybran for this match. And last but not least, for Team 2 in Imperial Gray, it is Trotil, playing as a Cybran. Lots of Cybrans for Team 2. He is a 1500. So for Team 2 side of the map, for faction makeup, they have 4 Cybrans, 1 Seraphim, and again, the only Aeon in the game of Team 2 being Pepe's. Team 1 lacks only the Aeon faction. Team 2 lacks only the UEF faction. And I will note, out of the 12 players in the game, there are 7 Cybrans. So I expect to see at least 1 Telemazer in the game and a bunch of brick walls. And for these 12 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation before they scoop it all up. Currently sitting at 30,000 mass in reclaim, which makes it pretty close to, actually, it makes it almost exactly 2.5k mass per player, worth writing home about for sure. The major clumpage of reclaim does not go over 1,000 in one particular location, but there are 800s closing on 900s. We have 700s, 600s, 200s, 700s in main bases. There's a lot of reclaim. Kind of gets a little bit more sparse to the middle, kind of all in this kind of secondary and outer ring, with this being the inner ring kind of thing. Lots of reclaim to grab, and the map does not skimp out on the mexes as well. I'm going to cut the map. Ooh, those are exactly in the middle. Let's just kind of cut it right about there. Oh, I made that go away. Did not mean to do that. But this is Team 2's over here to the east. Actually, that's more Team 1's. This is Team 2's over here. So taking a look at the mex locations for Team 2 side of the map, they have 1, 2, 3 quad mex positions to grab in the middle, with a hefty amount of mexes in the middle. There's a huge clumpage right there, but they're not all tied together. They're just kind of just far enough away to kind of make it difficult to call it a quad mex position. There is one just kind of southwest of that location that Pepe's is working on grabbing, and I will note there's another quad mex position that Monada is grabbing as well, with a Trimex on this eastern side that we already see leveling, having grabbed. And another Trimex position before I miss another one for Cyrito. So lots of mexes, both in the individualized and in the clumpage department. So I expect to see that eco skyrocket incredibly quickly. It's not a super long game, as you probably saw in the timestamp thingy, whatever the heck you want to call that, of the video, but hopefully you enjoy it nonetheless. And if you're looking for a little bit of a longer game, there is the set match that I casted yesterday. So after this match, if you want a little bit more action, take a look at that game. Did very well. I really enjoyed it. And there were definitely some ambitious moves in that game. If you know the context of that, hopefully you enjoyed that little reference. Taking a look at first gun, started for Cyrito on the eastern side. No upgrades as of yet that I have noticed. Pepe's asking for energy for maybe possibly his own upgrade, or maybe he's just struggling for T2 max upgrades, whatever the heck he's doing. Western side, a little bit of skirmishing going on between Trottil and Strix. Gun half done now on the eastern side. Team 1's Onion King not pushing in just yet. He has grabbed the quad max position, at least denying it for Team 2 at a bare minimum. Sending out more feelers, a couple more mantis to scurry around the map, denying it early engineer expansion. We have gun started for first one to die. Hopefully he's not the first one to die with that gun on board. I mean, I would assume he's going for one because he doesn't want to be the first one to die is probably what it is. And in terms of the calm distribution, in terms of where they're going on the map for both teams, we have 1v1 on the western side. We have 2v1. Where is the calm of Monada? Has he left his main? Where is? Oh, he's right here, hiding among the mexes. So 2v1, actually more like 3v1 in favor of Team 1. That's not really good, but we do see 2 players on Team 2 on the more eastern side of the middle, facing off against 2 players for Team 1. And then that does leave Cyrito out of the matchup on the more eastern side, so it gives him a little bit of a favor on that side. I think everybody on Team 1 and Team 2 has left their main base, except for Leveling, who is focusing on leveling up his T2 air facility. There's the joke there. I know I'd say it at some point. You're probably just waiting for it. We do see gun started for Trottil on the western side, getting some engineers to grab that quad mix position as he does so. Team 1, Strix getting closer to the comm, but not super close yet. Gun speed and range started for Monada in the middle. And again, he's definitely going to need that, especially with the 3-1 advantage that Team 1 is currently having. Stealth started on board. First one to die. Gun started for Team 2's Biggie Big. I'm going to say Biggie Biggie the entire time because it's just, for some reason, fun to say. It reminds me of Biggie Bag from Wendy's. I think that's a $5 Biggie Bag, I think is what it is. I think it used to be $4. Anyway. Gun almost done. Stealth almost done. Gun almost done. We do have Cyrito pushing in on the eastern side. And again, not opposed. I wouldn't be surprised if Onion King shifts that way to intercept the comm of Team 2, Cyrito. We do see Gun almost done for Biggie Big on his comm. Gun is now done for Trottil. Stealth is done for first one to die. No comm action as of yet. 8 minutes on the clock. Transport inbound from Team 1's Amon Ra, getting engineers on board. Would like to see maybe just one striker or Lobo or something in that mix to have some sort of defenders. He's going to drop on this position. He's either going to capture and expand or just deny, do something. Team 1 PD built immediately. Team 1 PD built immediately. Transport inbound. Interceptor inbound to kill off the transport. Team 1 PD will finish for Team 1 before Team 2's. And as long as they target the engineers first, it will not finish. There it goes. Third one is down, and that is the end of that PD. Lovely reaction by Trottil, but is just not able to make it happen. Gun started on board Team 1's Dr. Soviet in the middle. T2 started on board Biggie Big as well. We do see a little bit more movement outbound from first one to die towards the more western side of the middle there, and more movement pretty much down the middle from Sholongdis. Gun upgrade going decently well here for Dr. Soviet. He should be there shortly. And we do see Onion King is moving into intercept, so it makes that a 1v1 and a 2v1 in favor for Team 2 in the middle. So a little bit of advantage there to Team 2 now. Cyrito loses his advantage, but hey, he was enjoying a little bit of it for the beginning. So hey, might as well get in while you can. Ooh, we have Trottil and Strix. Inquisitor getting pretty close to one of those. Strix does not have gun upgrade. Trottil has less hit points than he does, but he does have a gun on board, getting some veterancy, ignoring the comm. First comm become action has occurred between Strix of Team 1 and Trottil of Team 2 at almost 10 minutes on the clock. So Stealth started on board Dr. Soviet. Range started for Pepe's. Maybe going to go for sensor package. Most likely stealth. T2 almost done for Biggie Big in the middle. I feel like that upgrade's been taking a lot longer than normal T2 upgrades. Let's see how long it takes. Or it took. 1:11. So almost 2 minutes. Yeah, it's not terrible. But Pepe's gun is done in 46. He is going for speed, so that difference is not super staggering, but just maybe he's focusing on other upgrades or whatever. First one to die is pushing in. Does have to be careful. He's pushing in with some support, but not a lot of it. We do see Monada moving in. It's gun stealth versus gun. So Team 1's first one that I will have additional 2,000 hit points. Couple of T2 tanks down the middle. Looks like they're pillars inbound from Shalongness. They're piercing the main line. But we do see units intercepting them here shortly. So not a lot of damage done. One mech's dead. That's not really anything to worry about, to be honest with you. Nano started on board Onion, which means he has stealth already on board. And Cyrito might not be liking that position. Doesn't have a lot of forces nearby. Needs to be careful. Barely any progress to Team 1 vet, sorry, to first star veterancy. So definitely needs to be careful about how far forward he goes. I do want to watch out for him, though, because like I said, continuing to push like that, I think he might be the first one to die. Not going to jinx you or anything, but it's just I don't like how far forward he is without more support nearby. He does have a flat cannon, but that's only going to help against AA units, air units, of course. Gun started for Strix Inquisitor on the western side. And now we have Dr. Soviet Gun Stealth versus Biggie Big Gun and T2. So 2,000 additional hit points on board. Still keeps that 1,500 hit point lead. Dr. Soviet is going to take some damage from the T1 and a couple of T2 Ilshis in there. And the laser cannons of the Utashalas are focusing on the units, not the comm. And it does look like Cyrito is falling back, at least in some degree. So he's not going to be on the front line for long. He actually might be able to just crash right into Dr. Soviet. Wants to just kind of scoot the line there. Does have to be careful, though, because Onion King is inbound, and if he goes on that vector, he might get caught up to. So he might be better off to just go straight home, or at least fall back to maybe that quad mech position right here. Western side, it does look like Trotto's going to try again. Maybe, possibly, maybe. Nano Repair started on board. First one to die. He has, of course, already stealth on board. 12 minutes on the clock. Team 1 and Team 2, roughly the same amount of ecos. Slightly in favor for Team 1, but not by much. Reclaim situation, slightly in favor for Team 1, but again, not by much. So a little bit of a lead, but nothing too concerning at this point in the game. Later on, that might be a little bit more concerning. We'll just have to see. Nano started on board Dr. Soviet's comm in the middle. Lots of, again, nanos, just due to the fact that there's 3 Cyberns on Team 1 and 4 on Team 2. The percentage chance that they'll all go for stealth and the nano is kind of high. Comm action. Again, it's Cyrito with only gun on board versus nano and gun for Onion King. T2PD will back him up a little bit. Another one was being built. And now we see Cyrito getting a little bit more emboldened. 10,000 hit points remain. 8,000 hit points remain. Needs to be careful because that regen is better for Onion King. So he will get back up or at least stay alive a little bit longer due to that. Cyrito probably should have kept falling back. He does get 2-star vet, though, so now he's at 24 hit points a second, and 6,000 hit points remain. It's 8,000 here for Onion King. We could see a murder-suicide situation happening. We have units inbound, a Rhino as well. Onion King dropping below 7,000 now. He does have 1-star vet now. That's going to help out. 5,000 hit points remain. It's pretty close now. Overcharge kills off another unit. I'm going to split things off because I think somebody's going to die on the eastern side, and maybe someone's going to die on the western side if I'm not careful. Oh, they weren't as close to one another. Never mind. But still, I did want to make sure that nobody died without me being aware of it to some degree. Eastern side, Cyrito still pushing. Now he has no units nearby. Onion King back up to 65, and Cyrito dropping below 5. Again, might be the first casualty of the game. 4,500 hit points and falling. Just checking. No, we do see a little bit of pushing inbound from Pepe's. T3 gunships are online, so T3 air online for Team 1. And I would assume Team 2 at this point. Cyrito dropping almost into the red. He's working on his 3rd star. He is dropping into the red. There goes another overcharge. Kills off another unit. Onion King stops, catches up to him, stops, catches up to him, stops, catches up to him. The Rhinos might be enough to drive him away. We have Rhinos inbound from him as well. That's a long overcharge. And Cyrito, again, still needs to be careful. He could easily get overwhelmed. Almost 8,000 hit points back on board for Onion King. And he's only at almost 3,000. So huge difference between the two players. If he doesn't want to be the first one to die, needs to get out of there, and Team 1 knows it. He knows it, and he's going to continue to push. More strikers, not more strikers, more Mantis, more Rhinos, more something needs to be brought forward to deal with that comm sooner rather than later. We have on the western side, nice little formation move. At least it kind of looked like a formation. No, that wasn't a formation move. They're just lining up like they normally do. Gunships are inbound right down the middle, going after Dr. Soviet's mexes. They are whalers, going after whatever they can. T2 is going to be targeted. We do see some AA being built, or at least brought forward with bouncers. That's going to help drive those gunships continuing northward, though. T2 Max will be eliminated. It's another 9 masses a second. He's missing out on his main base. Really? Doesn't have anything in it. I was like, wait, is that his main base? And that is his main base. There's nothing here in terms of support on the ground. It's all on the front line. T3 Land is online, though. You're able to help out with those bouncers, of course, but he's going to lose a lot of mexes. Nano is started on board Cyrito's comm. He's back up to 7,300 hit points, and Onion King's back up to full HP at 16,000. And there is that discrepancy. I don't think Cyrito's going to get that Nano, and if he stays here much longer, he probably will die here. Nano started on board Trato's comm. We have a large group starting to amass on the western side for Team 2. Same with Team 1, but more T2 units instead of Team 1. We do see a little bit of pushing in from Biggie Big. And that comm of Onion King is pretty close to the comm. 44 hit points. Oh, we do see he's going to get a little bit of visual contact for a brief moment. And this is what Team 2 can see. This is what Team 1 can see. He does know there's a radar signature there. He doesn't know what it is, though. And unfortunately for him, that Nano will continue to progress. He's over, let's say, 60, almost closing in on 70%. So unfortunate, but that's just, sometimes you got to take the risk, and sometimes you just don't know. Western side, we see some loyalists forming, EMPing those Rhinos, but of course they are getting overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of Team 1 and T2 units. There are more units inbound from Team 2's Moneta, of course, and that Nano is going to finish and will probably save Cyrito's life a little bit longer. But now we see Strix going after Trato's comm. It's Ilshi's. A lot of those things are inbound. Oof, that's a ton of them. Trato will be forced back. Doesn't look like Strix is going to go for the kill just yet. He's going to fall back for the time being. And that will be a win on that western side, at least for a little bit of time. Pushing back, we do see Monona pushing in down the more midwest section of the map. And now the Nano is done for Cyrito. It's 3-star vet versus 2-star vet. He's still at 13,000. And Onion King's at 17.5. Shots are traded between the two players. Once again, we do have first one to die. He might not be the first one to die. Those units are getting thinned out quite nicely by the comm. Another loyalist nearby. Overcharge kills off 2 loyalists. That might be enough to save him. He's at 4-star vet. Will he get out of range? Another overcharge kills off another unit. 1,000 hit points. Does he get out of range in time? 5,000, not 5,000, 400, 500, 800. Nope. Almost dead there. Eastern side. Cyrito and Onion back off. That was a very close engagement. Rip again, says Dr. Soviet, and there's now Harbingers running amok. His eco is being ravaged this game. He's still sitting at 1-1-1, but Team 2 now has the lead at about a 80 mass in their favor. And that's, again, partially just because these mixes have had to be constantly rebuilt. And western side, Trato being surrounded by Ilshis once again, but he's not getting out of it. Caught it at the last second. There's Team 1's first kill of the game on Trato's comm. Drops it to a total of 6v5 in Team 1's favor at 18 minutes. I think on the dot, actually, is when he died. A couple of missile launchers going after Peppers is coming. He has the primary shield, or the first shield online. He has Aeon Sniper Mini Tank is his configuration that I've named. Loyalist and Loyalist still going at one another. EMP weapons are ineffective unless you're talking about the AoE explosions that occur. Then they actually are effective. First one to die, getting some nice veterancy. He's now at the full 5 stars, up to 12,000 hit points in the yellow in terms of what he's currently at. 11,000 massing climbing. Team 1 has gained, again, a decent advantage on the western side. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to carve away, I'd say this, maybe not that one, but maybe this much of the map. I wouldn't be surprised if Monona moves westward. If he does, though, it does open up first one to die to push in this way. So either he stays there, or he's going to lose something one way or the other. It just depends on what he really wants to lose and what he really wants to keep, or what he doesn't really want to lose and what he can bear to keep, or bear to lose, I should say. Whatever the word, phrase that needs to be, he needs to work that out. Air facilities coming online here for Team 2's leveling. Do we see a secondary air player yet? Nope, not as of yet. Team 1 secondary air player, no. Oh, no, that's a land facility. So no secondary air as of yet. Granted, this is not a flat map, but there's a lot of land, and that kind of provokes more focus on land than air. At least, again, for the time being, we're only almost at 20. So I expect maybe secondary air player at 30 minutes is maybe going to be the time frame that'll check back on it. Eastern side, still shots not really being traded between the two commanders, 2-star versus 3-star. Almost at 4-star and a little bit under 50% for that 3rd star here for Cyrita. Western side, we see that formation of mexes is going to be denied, and we kind of knew that was happening. Team 2 still holds the lead for now, but again, it's starting to catch up for Team 1. We just see a little bit more pushback from Solongus in the middle. Pepe's looks like he's going to move out to meet himself. A couple of Ilshis get pretty close to the comm of Dr. Soviet, but don't actually go after him. He has 2-star vet, nano, and gun, so that would just give him more veterancy at this point, so it's probably smart to hold him back. We do see a little bit of bleeding on the eastern side. Looks like that wall section isn't as wide as Biggie Big would really want it to be. Nice little Loyalist going after a couple of engineers and Team 1 T2 mexes. Stealth started from Munana. Kind of surprised he doesn't have stealth already. We do see a wall of bricks is slowly starting to form for him. Not there just yet, but it's getting in pretty close. I did read some of your comments about other names for groups of units. I do like Order of Othams. I think that sounds pretty good. And then there was one for Harbingers. I think it was... Shoot, because I wrote down... Western side, Team 1 Strix goes down to Munada's bricks. And Loyalists, kind of surprised by that, honestly. I thought he was going to be fine overcharging them, but I guess maybe not. And that drops the game to a 5v5. Apologies for missing that for the most part. But yeah, he goes down. And now both the players on the western side are gone for Team 1 and Team 2. Granted, we still have Amon-Ra in the background, but he's focused on air units, so he's not really on the front line for now. We do see first one to die is not actually the first one to die, and his units are moving eastward along the wall section built by Munada. We do see that Pepe's is going after some Harbingers. Needs to be careful because he's dropping hit points decently quicker. There's more Harbingers here. Sorry, more Percys here for Team 1. Another group of Percys is down to the overcharge. Nice grab there. Nano repair started on Munada's comm there. Oh, ensemble. There it is. An ensemble of Harbingers. That was the word that somebody was using. Like, oh, I like that name. Or that word. That's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like, because order is 2 syllables, tower is 2 syllables, wall is 1 syllable. I feel like 1 or 2 syllable words is probably better for describing a group of stuff, at least in this game. But I don't know. I do like ensemble, though. Nano is almost done. And 22 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Team 1 and Team 2 are tied for eco roughly. Of course, there's rounding and whatnot, but for the most part, they are tied. And Whaler's still wailing on to those Loyalists. There are some Harbingers dropped off from Pepe's. I was like, wait, those are onions, but he's Cybern, so that doesn't work. Percy's still going after Pepe's. He almost has his shield regen. Needs to be careful, because unless it gets the full shield strength, it will not activate. And it looks like he's going to get close and actually will get underneath secondary and stationary and mobile shielding. So that'll be enough. With the death of Inquisitor on the western side, that pressure that Team 2 was feeling Monado is alleviated a little bit. Not entirely, but enough to get him a little bit better position. We do see the quad mix position is soonly going to be available here for him to grab. He is pushing on this forward operating base. Probably not the best idea, though. There's a lot of PD and Ilshis and other units there, so probably not the best idea. But hey, at least he pushed back in some meaningful way with that calm kill. Down the more mid-east position, we still see Biggie Big still He's pushing in, grabs that quad mech's position, and then leaves. And then he goes back, kind of does the same thing. So really, this quad mech's position, T1 mexes, and that's probably it, because it's just a constant back and forth of losing it. Probably more invest that eco for T3 mex upgrades in the background. Looks like a couple of units went on the rampage in the northeastern corner for Team 2. Looks like they were from Cyrito, and we actually see one of those units remaining. 8,000 mass killed. Killed off another set of mexes there. And I think that brick might not want to stop moving. Both of them should probably not stop moving, but I think that's going to be the it of that brick run. But nice grab there from Team 2. Again, it chews away a little bit of the eco and does get a little bit more lead for Team 2 overall. Pepe is still receiving shots from those Percys. The shield is down once again. We have some spearhead missiles raining in on the comms position. Pepe's drops below 2,000 hit points. Needs to be careful. And I think that Volcano kind of actually helped guide that missile a little bit to Pepe's comm. He does get some forces online to be able to push in front of him, so he's safe. But oof, that was very close. Don't touch my mass, says Manana. Talking about something over here, I think. And it looks like he has a Monkey Lord online. He does have 2 bases. And who has 2 bases? That is going to be Amon-Ra. So 2 bases on both sides of the map for the western side. Airfight happens over the top of Team 1's western front, over the top of first one to die's position. And the airfight looks like it goes to Team 1. I think it goes to Team 1, it looks like. And the lead isn't going to be that much. Probably about a squadron or so, I would say. Actually, more than that. It looks a lot more than. It looks a lot less than that, but it's a little over 2 squadrons. Gunships are down, at least soon to be down, or not. Oh, there they go. I was going to say they should be down at some point. Monkey Lord is going to assault that fire base position, and Cyrito is on his own there on the eastern side. He might just get ran over here shortly. I will look at the Monkey Lord for a brief moment and see what he's up to. We do see a couple of bricks moving into support. That looks like they might be blocking for that Monkey Lord, but again, the lasers are already in range, so he might as well move it into range. Anyways, Titans are inbound, and the Monkey Lord is going to take some damage from those PD emplacements. Eastern side, Cyrito is starting to be focused down, and there he goes. Killed off by Team 1's forces, specifically Onion King. There he goes. Another kill for Team 1 drops this to a 5v4, and if the trend continues, we'll have Onion King being killed off here shortly. There is a Monkey Lord that was being brought to bear for Cyrito, so had Cyrito survived just a little bit longer, that would have been the death. Needs to change control of that, or at least move that into position immediately, because he is right there. I don't know if he sees it or not, but definitely needs to fall back, and he does see it for a brief moment. T2, please, says Onion King. We do see the position has been ran over. Lots of dead units, though, will go to Team 2 for reclaim, and now we have a counter push on that position from first one to die. So lots of death on that western side for Team 1 and Team 2, and then another kill for Team 1. Middle of the map still holding for both teams. No real gains. We have a lot of forces slowly trickling in, though, which means lots of dead units for both teams, but specifically Team 1's Shalongdish just dropping some Percy Rex just in the middle constantly. Which, if he can claim that, that'd be very nice for him. But we'll see if he's he's gonna be able to do so. And now we see Peppers is like, I'm done with it. I'm just gonna go for heavy shield and call it a day. 25,000 hit points on board, 7,000 additional, and he's regenerating constantly. So he's at 32,000 total currently. Laser coming on board for first one to die. He is again not the first one to die. I think I might say that every time, but obviously before he dies, because when he dies, he won't be the first one to die, but he'll be number whatever to die. He does have a Monkey Lord online. No experimental. Oh, nope. Scratch that. Chicken has been started at construction for Amon-Ra. And that'll be a chicken and a monkey on the western side for Team 1. And Monkey Lord for Team 2. And that's it. ASF fight. Once again, Team 1 Bombers going after Monada just to drive those hit points further into the lowish yellows. More bombers are inbound. Those Scorchers are really lighting his feet up. He has a hot foot. It looks like on the eastern side, Monkey Lord getting somewhat in that direction, but for now it looks like he doesn't know where Onion King is. We do see a couple of units still charging forward here for Shalongness. A couple of Titans going after TMD and T2 Max positions. The Calm of Manada still being shot at by Team 1 bombers. I don't know if he'll die from this or not. He's dodging the best he can, but again, all of his APM is being focused on his comm and not on building units, expanding mexes, that sort of thing. And he's dropping below 1,700. He's back up to 1,700. He does have nano, which helps out a ton, but he's still overall losing hit points. Drops below 1,100, drops below 1,000. As long as he keeps moving, he might survive one more volley. There's some AA nearby, and of course on the Monkey Lord, so that might be enough. Mex is down, and 500 hit points. Yeah, he should be fine now, unless a Strap Bomber comes and just says hi. Then the end of that. Cloaking started on board. Dr. Soviet's calm. He has nano and stealth already to be able to actually build that upgrade. And Monkey looking to face off against a couple of bricks from Team 1's Onion King. Bombers inbound to assist from Dr. Soviet, and ASFs have retreated behind the front lines on the western side for Team 1's Amon-Ra. Laser started on board, like I said. First one's to die is calm. He's not at 50% yet, but he's closing on it. And in terms of game, in terms of a rough halftime position or whatever, Team 1's at 5 players left, losing only Strix. Team 2 lost Cyrito. Actually lost Strato and then Cyrito, making again a 5v4 in Team 1's favor. Double base does belong to Leveling on the eastern side, and then double base for Monada, and then a double base for Amon-Ra on that western side. Map territory control, I'd say a little bit in favor for Team 2, but these eastern and western sides are heavily fluid, so I wouldn't bet on those. But on the middle, we do see that Pepe's has pretty much control of that with the GC online. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. As we see a Monkey Lord coming after Onion King's calm. Oh, will he get out of range? The monkey is going north. Oh, he survives. 3,000, 4,000 hit points. There is a secondary Monkey Lord inbound, though. That might be his death, but I was trying to speed through the whole like, subscribe thing because it looked like he was going to die there. Doesn't die yet, being the key word, but it looks like the Monkey Lord's like, hey, where'd that comm go? Oh, no, I'll just go after these bricks now. Onion King might try to overcharge the thing he's at. 5-star vet, so he won't get any more veterancy, but he's at 21,000 mass killed. Definitely wants that number to go up a little bit higher. But Pepe's isn't going straight north to go after Dr. Soviet. He's shifting more westward. Transport picked up. Shalongdus is calm and goes, yeah, I'm going home now, because he saw the GC and is like, nope, not worth it. We have an order of Othams inbound from Team 2 and an ensemble of Harbingers as well. First one to die at 75% for that. Laser and Monkey Lord back up into the yellow 3-star vet. No star vet yet. And now he's going to go in the water to hide. Definitely a smart move there. It does look like maybe both Monkey Lords are heading in that direction for now. I'm kind of surprised one isn't being sent this way. Have the healthy one go that way. Have the weaker one go that way. To get some more veterancy to get up back to more hit points. Thotha on the western side versus a monkey will favor Team 1. Monkey Lord already dead, so not really great on that western side for Team 2 at all. And that force has reached the frontline production facility here for Team 1. Some Ravagers have been built. There's a lot of Percys here, and they might be closing in on one-tapping him. I will split things just for a brief moment because those Monkey Lords are getting kind of close to Onion's comm, but looks like he will be able to dip into the water to hide. And that GC has ripped through most of the... Well, it looks like he tried to go after all the engineers, which looks like they're all dead now. Harbingers and Othams might not be enough to stop this. They'll take heavy, heavy casualties. It looks like Onion King will make it into the water. That quad mix position is down on the eastern front, so that's what happened to that. Chicken is inbound. Looks like the Monkey Lord is retreating. Same with Monolith's Calm. And middle of the map. Oh, those look like they're pulling out ahead just barely. We have more Percys coming off the assembly line all the time, though. The resupply time is cut significantly due to the fact they're right in the base. So that helps T2PD going to be built. Looks like it's just a couple of Ilshis and Thams remaining, so that should be not really a big problem for Team 1 to handle. We have more Othams down the western side. Looks like another order of them. And that order is going to be eliminated 17. And that's going to be a slow demise of that order. Another one inbound, though, assisting the Thotha. And this base on the western front is in danger. There's another Monkey Lord. It's in the yellow. There's another Monkey Lord also in the yellow. And it's not going to be that close. Looks like the Monkey Lord will be denied. Probably should pause this one and just focus on this one. Looks like he has done that to some degree. We do see the Monkey Lord is going to try to stop that chicken as much as possible, but I don't think he's going to make it in time. 2 Monkey Lords still holding the eastern front. We even had Dr. Soviet moving in eastward. He does have cloaking and gun. No laser. Thanks for 50,000 mass. Pep says Shalongdis. Talking about the Scathis. Not Scathis. Talking about the GC and all of the Authams and Harbingers. So he's going to be very, very happy about that. Reclaim situation currently sitting at very, very close. 190 to 180. Very, very close. And bricks are inbound. Same with the Monkey Lord. There's some Percy's escorting said chicken. The Monkey Lord has taken significant damage as well as lost a decent amount of its engineers. But it does look like the remaining wall of bricks will kill off the chicken and might be enough or will be enough to deal with the remaining Percy's from Team 1. So the base doesn't take damage. The mexes obviously between that and the front line are gone. But he does save the main base and the Monkey Lord that was being built. And the second monkey that was almost done as well. Down the middle, we have 2 GCs versus a Mega. More bricks are nearby, both from Dr. Soviet and from First One to Die to assist. It is still a 5v4 in favor for Team 1. Would have been 4v4 had Onion bit the dust when he was face-to-face with that monkey, but he's back up to full strength, 20,000 hit points in no time flat. Chicken is down, of course. New chicken is moving in. These mixes will slowly be eliminated. And Team 2's eco is taking a hit, 1.8 to 1.6 in favor for Team 1. Rasp started on board. Shalongdis is calm. And it looks like things have kind of stabilized a little bit in the middle. The Megalith is dead. There's a Monkey Lord inbound. That's not going to help that much. That Monkey Lord might be targeting that GC, though. But we do have a chicken going after a Mega and some Authams coming to support it. So, looks like that Mega might be doing enough damage to kill the Athotha off, but we'll ignore the Authams, and that'll be probably the goal of the chicken, is just distraction as much as possible. Monkey Lord is not done yet, is in the green. This Monkey Lord is done. It's moving westward, and it should get there soon enough to be able to intercept, and that Monkey Lord is actually done anyway, so there's 2 Monkey Lords. That should be more than enough. Megalith on the eastern front, 2 versus 1. The range advantage will help, and all the bricks will help. And the chicken is down right before the Megalith is eliminated. Main T3 land facility for Dr. Soviet is going to go down. He doesn't have anything back here to support. He does have a T2 air facility, but he'll lose access to bricks and loyalists and the whatnot. First monkey is dead. Second one is retreating. I don't think it's going to get out of much danger. And Monkey Lord is dead to all of the forces from Team 2. That GC does survive. Chicken on the southwestern side is going to be hit by a bunch of whalers. First monkey is dead. Not GC, but Athotha hardly took any damage. Second monkey is inbound. There's more bricks inbound. A couple of facilities will take a hit. Oh, no, it looks like that's that Monkey Lord. That's the other Monkey Lord. Never mind. So both monkeys are there. That's just one from the previous time. And looks like it's targeting the T3 land quarters, which it grabs, but he has the second one here, so it doesn't matter. But it is nice to eliminate the backup nonetheless. 2 GCs versus a Mega playing hide the being shot at. Ooh, one more burst. There it goes. And that GC might have given himself enough room to be able to go after that Mega. We have that push continuing down the middle from Biggie Big. And we have a transport picking up the comm. Does he have laser? I don't think he has laser, but he has cloaking on board. So Team 2 won't see him unless they have a spy plane or satellite or something online. Team 2 doesn't have UEF, so they won't have the satellite. Unless they stole UEF tech somehow. Going to drop the comm right in front of the army. Transport will be eliminated. Overcharge kills off a couple of the Authams. There's some PD being deployed here by Shalongdis to help out a little bit. And bombers as well. So it will be contained for the most part. But again, a large section of the middle has been eviscerated. 35 minutes on the clock. Is somebody thinking about how to end this game? I mean, they should have been thinking about it for a couple minutes at least now. Nothing for Team 1 that I've seen in their bases. Team 2, oh, no. That is a nuke, so they thought about it. Also a second nuke, so they definitely thought about it. Team 2, western side, bug. That's an interesting choice. Another bug. Okay, never mind. I guess they're both doing bug, because why not? And there's already a bug, so that's going to be third bug. And that's it. So Team 1 going for 1 nuke. Team 2 going for some bugs. We'll see if the buggy code works with a bunch of damage. Megalith And oh, that's a fourth bug. Apologies. There's already one here. That second one's inbound. And third and fourth is being built as we speak. That megalith not going to feel good. Whalers will take significant damage from the AA nearby from those Myrmidons. We do see some flak that has been built but was denied any more construction. Megalith is actually going to be ignored and going to go after all the other infrastructure here for Team 1. Again, shoot at the stuff shooting at you and then shoot at everything else. Because with the stuff shooting at you gone, you don't have to worry about taking any damage. Two monkeys versus a chicken once again. It looks like the monkeys are going to win that fight. GG says Dr. Soviet. GG says Onion King. They're not out of it just yet, but they have taken losses in the middle and in the northeast for the most part. And with that gunship horde inbound, I don't think Dr. Soviet and gosh dang it, Onion King's bases are not long for this world. The nuke might be enough to save Team 1. The nuke is about to be built. Still needs to be loaded and then fired. No SMDs. No SMD. One SMD. It is loaded. And no SMD. Oh, nope, there's one right there. So 2 SMDs here for Team 2. So there's a couple of bases that are vulnerable. Wait, hold on. Is there not there's not an SMD in that base? I'm kind of surprised by that. There is an SMD up here, though. So there's 3 SMDs online, 2 of them for Biggie Big, and it protects his frontline base and his backline as well as the air grid for Team 2. Love the teamwork there from him. Another Monkey Lord is down. 2 GCs inbound for 2 Megas and a Fat Boy. Fat Boy has taken some damage, but it isn't dead yet. And there is that Monkey Lord still dealing with... sorry, that's not Monkey Lord. That is a bug dealing with the bricks from Team 1. And that nuke is loaded. Not loaded, but it is loading and being assisted decently. I'm wondering, how's your mass spend? Oh, he's spending everything in the kitchen sink on everything that he can spend it on. Tons of spy planes being built to get a readout what Team 1, Team 2 is up to. Team 1, this is what they can see. Team 2, this is what they can see. So they don't really know a whole lot. I would assume once they find the nuke, that'll be the target for all of those bugs. Speaking of bugs, going after Dr. Soviet once again. The highest rated player in the game is targeted in his main base. Oh, it stays intact for a little bit. Again, they're going after all the engineers, so it denies the ability for them to build AA. Dr. Soviet, hug me. So long as come help hug me is what it looks like. So he's gonna come and say hi. And he might control K because he is essentially out of the match. Still has a T3 land facility somehow. But the 2 bugs now are going to ignore that and go for this over here. This base, the eastern side, is not looking good. That is a huge section of the map that is pretty much wiped out for Team 1. Not looking good eco-wise. Actually doing pretty good eco-wise. 1.8 to 1.7. Sorry, it was a bit too much. I got overexcited. Says Shalongdis. You're going to get gunship. It says Dr. Soviet. Yep, there goes the facilities. The PGens are going down. The Mexes are going down. And that ego is going to drop even more. We have transport in the main base for Team 2's Monada going after Mexes. Looks like he dropped some Othams. They all got killed off with those 2 bugs there. Now under the control of Monada. Has 2 megawatts, 2 monkeys as well. 3 Yothothas are inbound, and that nuke is still working on being loaded. It's half loaded. Second one has been started. Again, that nuke might be enough to save Team 1 in some degree. Alleviate at least the western pressure at a bare minimum, wiping out 1, 2, 3 bases. Maybe, if they really want to wipe out this base, maybe 4. Airfight over the top of some forces from Amon-Ra. And there is some AA here, so that'll help out a little bit. Not as much as he would like, but at least something at a bare minimum. And that's going to be an air win, air dominance, air supremacy, and almost we own air. And they will spot the nuke. Second nuke also being built, immediately pinged by somebody. And the nuke is more than half loaded. Team 2 already has some SMDs in place. And I would assume at least one more is going to be built at some point. Somehow the Continental is still not dead. Still really wants that T3 mech dead, that's for sure. And 300 hit points. The shield is actually back online, so it's going to survive a little bit longer. That mech isn't going to die, but it'll definitely attempt to before it dies. Another monkey's going to die here shortly to the bugs. And Fat Boy holding up in this position. Doesn't look like Dr. Soviet control kit, but they are hugging. And let me guess, he's going for laser, because what other upgrade would he be building on board that comm? And airlocking happening for Team 2 onto Team 1. And the bug ripping apart the P-Gens. A bunch of those whalers are killed off by the AoE explosions from the P-Gens, though, which is not great. But, you know, it's wiping out the air grid nonetheless, so some losses for that. Definitely worth it. T3 air raid core is still alive, but the main production facilities are gone. Soviet, let's hug, says Shalongdis. And so Dr. Soviet's just kind of laughing about it. Tons of AA here for first one to die. That's going to shove away that solar pearl real quick. Drops him really low. Drops him almost into the reds. And I thought those were bombers. ASFs are inbound. Nuke is almost loaded and going to fire immediately. This first nuke might make the difference. Looks like it's going to go for this position first. It will land, but it may not make the difference at this point. Bug is inbound. And that nuke has to launch immediately. Ooh, there goes the nuke. Is it going to open up? There it goes. And will the bug trying to intercept it with its body? It's taking a second. There it goes. Nuke is launched. Bug is defeated. But at what cost? There's 3 bugs inbound. Guess where they're going, and guess what might not exist in a couple of seconds. Looks like the eastern side's essentially the base for Onion King being essentially ignored. They're just creating a huge buffer zone at this point. Bug is inbound for the nuke. There goes the nuke. There goes the second nuke. That power grid was a little bit too volatile. And that'll be the end of that facility for Team 1. Nuke is inbound. Manada will be missed by the nuke. But again, the bugs have it this game. 42 minutes almost on the clock. Nuke will land, kill off a decent chunk of mexes and facilities. But kaboom! Don't see how much mass it killed, but probably killed at least 40,000. And another chicken is dead. And that third chicken will die here shortly. The bugs. Team 2 got air control, went bugs, and called it a day. It looks like that is the end of, again, the eastern side for the most part and the western side in some degree. 42 minutes on the clock. Not looking good for Team 1. If you're rooting for Team 1, we did see cloaking and laser done for Dr. Soviet, unless he went for teleporter first, which I highly doubt, because he still has the cloaking upgrade on board. Helping out Shalongdis, he went for laser, or helping, Shalongdis is helping Dr. Soviet, he went for laser. He is going to go for teleporter. He turned off his cloaking and turned it back on. Oh, maybe he doesn't have enough, he probably doesn't have enough power. Yep, doesn't have enough power. That would do it. And explosion in the west. Pepe's kills off first one to die. He was the 4th one to die, dropping it to a 4v4 game. What is going on? Is he trying to kill Shalongdis? Oh, look, no friendly fire. Look at that. Interesting. Anyway. Now you have Eco says first one to die. Oh, he's talking to Dr. Soviet. But that base is not looking too hot. Dr. Soviet still trying to kill off Shalongdis. He's just impossible to kill. Look at this guy. Just will not die. That's funny. No friendly fire. We have Amon-Ra in the water. Ground firing. Again, the AoE is not going to be enough. And there he goes. Just absolutely annihilated by his own Control K, because those are ASFs and not Torp Bombers. I thought those were Torp Bombers for a second. Doesn't show me the thing, game, which means his icon is still there. Why? Why? Explain. Air grid going to be even more decimated. 44 minutes almost on the clock. And I think that's pretty much game at this point. GC inbound. Ythotha inbound. The comms remaining are Dr. Soviet, Shalongdis, and Onion. Onion's on the eastern side. The other 2 players are right here. Dr. Soviet going to meet his fate with the GC. And Dr. Soviet is not going to be the first one to die in that group. There goes Shalongdis. And the GC will be eliminated by a Megalith and a... Oh, there he goes. He Control K'd. It looks like doing damage to the bug. It's all up to you now, says Dr. Soviet. I believe. He's like, I'm on it. He doesn't have a lot of mass remaining. 200 mass in favor. 200 mass. 200 mass being produced. Now it's 700. But I don't think he has an... that is the wrong direction I want to go. There we go. You'll never get me right side, says Onion King. He's like, come get me. Bugs are inbound. That western side still has some bite to it, but not a whole lot. I build a wall. He's going to build a wall of PD with it. In it. And 2 Fat Boys. They might kill off one of the GCs. They will kill off one of the GCs. First and second Fat Boy are gone. 3 Bugs look curious about your right side. Winks at you. Call Courtney. Now they're just having some fun with the end of the game at this point. Now we have the chicken just rampaging the western side here. We have 2 GCs just hanging out, going after mexes and whatnot. And we have the Bugs are going to the corner of the map, it looks like, trying to see if he's there. They don't have Omni on board, do they? No, they just have radar. Personal. Oh, well, that's a thing. Strap bombers are inbound. I guess they spotted the comm. And I'm going to slow this down because we know... Oh, the shield goes down. That's not good. It's going to be an easier time for those strats to kill off the comm. They need 7 bombs to drop. And there goes. Last player of the game eliminated. 46 minutes, 24 seconds on the clock. Team 2 wins the game. Actually, 26 seconds on the clock. Team 2 wins the game. MVP for me. Oh, I think, honestly, the constant rating on Dr. Soviet helped out a ton for Team 2. So I might give it to Biggie Big. Just constantly pushing that side. We had Pepe's also down the middle as well. He finally cracked Shalongdis' position. And then once he did that, there was a lot of leeway that he had. But those Bugs definitely helped out a ton. Once the air was under their control, Team 2 built a couple of Bugs and just kind of went on a rampage spree, and that was it. The nuke being built was nice to see, but unfortunately it was not going to be enough for Team 1 to win. It did land, though, so there is that. But even if it was online for a couple minutes more, it wouldn't have made a difference. The air was just so much more plentiful for Team 2 that it just didn't really matter, both in the ASF and in the gunship. We have 2 over there and 3 over there, with, I'm assuming, more on the way somewhere, I would imagine. Yep, there's one right there. And that's it, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, a little bit of a more, I wouldn't say relaxed game, but a little bit more of a less intense, no game enders, that sort of thing. But, you know, not every game can have them, so it's nice to have a variety, of course. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video, as always, and I will see all of you in the next one.